Please have pen and paper because I'm going to go over some very important stuff. We're going to start off with three simple questions. Number one, do you want to save? Do you want to give a legacy for future generations? Number two, do you want to save taxes year after year, generations after generations? Number three, do you want to know the secret of the rich? Imagine saving 4, 5, even 6 figures in taxes every single year. You can use this money to pay off your mortgage, to buy a new car, take your family on vacation, to give to charity, or save for retirement. Imagine all lawsuits become frivolous and go away. How much worry and anxiety do you save? How much time and time talking to attorneys do you save? Imagine no one knows what you own, where you own it, how much you own, or what you do with it. Welcome to Save U.S. Taxes Legally. My name is Sally Gimmon, and I'm the owner of thetrustisyou.com. And tonight, Monday, 8 p.m. East Coast time, I go live with question and answer for the Spendthrift Trust. www.thetrustisyou.com/Q&A for question and answer. I believe all U.S. business owners, entrepreneurs, 1099 income earners, and U.S. investors need to know this information. I believe since I found a solution for my short-term capital gains, it is my duty to teach this information to as many people as possible so they can learn what I know. And I believe the playing field must be equal for all businesses, small, medium, and large. Amazons of the world get free land. My brother's brewery doesn't get that. Now, the Spendthrift Trust is legal. It's in the IRS Tax Code 643B, like Bravo. It's been in front of the United States Supreme Court on 2 separate occasions, and both times the Supreme Court has favored it. You can't get more legal than this. Now, with the Spendthrift Trust, you are going to save in 4 very important ways. Number 1, you're going to save taxes year after year, generation after generation. Number 2, you're going to, all your information is going to be kept private. There's a false rumor out there that your LLC, S Corp, or C Corp does this for you. I can go to the Secretary of State or the Corporation Commission of your state and research all LLCs and S Corps. There's a reason why 40% of all LLCs get sued every year. Number 3, all lawsuits become frivolous and go away. It's an amazing thing. And number 4, if you don't know about the 2024 Corporate Transparency Act from the Treasury Department, the Benson Financial Trust will exempt you from doing that paperwork. So the federal government won't know the information. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. I know what you're thinking. You're like, how come my CPA or my financial advisor doesn't know this? There's a reason for that. There are 1 million attorneys in the United States. Only 4% are trust attorneys, and they work with the very well-heeled people. I work for a private law firm that has the copyright on the Benson Financial Trust. Paul Benson was a Harvard law professor 76 years ago, and he wrote the 5 different trusts, and now his grandson and great-grandson run the law firm, so the name has changed. The 5 separate trusts he wrote: the business trust for U.S. business owners, entrepreneurs, and 1099 income earners, where you will save at least 90% on your federal income taxes and no longer pay state income taxes in 43 states. Saves my clients at least 4 figures every single year. The beneficial trust for all U.S. investors. You will save the following 5 taxes. You will no longer pay short-term or long-term capital gains on profits, interest income taxes if you're a passive investor, dividend income taxes if you're in the stock market, rental income taxes if you're a real estate investor, and royalty income taxes if you're an author, an actor, an actress, or an NFT worlds. The mineral trust if you have oil wells, shale rights, or coal rights. The charitable trust if you have a 501c3 company. And finally, the senior trust. If you're over 65 and making too much money, it can affect your Part B of Medicare. Part A is your hospital stays. Part B are your doctors and your tests. So, since we're going to be spending some time together, I want to tell you a little bit about myself. The Spendthrift Trust comes from England way back when King Henry VIII, the famous king, chopped off his wife's heads, started the Church of England in 1534. It's contract law that came to the colonies, and the law firm has inherited a trust that turned 350 years old in 2023. Our current IRS Tax Code went into effect February of 1913, and the super rich families of that time, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, and the Carnegies, made sure they could save taxes. Well, if they can save taxes, we should save taxes. So the 5 elements for the trust, I'm a little bit ahead of myself. The 5 elements for the trust are irrevocable. It goes from generation to generation. Complex. It can hold money from day to day, week to week, month to month, year to year, decade to decade, century to century. 97% of all trusts sold every year are what my mom and dad had and what Susie Orman talks about on PBS television, the family trust. That just avoids probate and then it dissolves and goes away. This is not your mom and dad's trust. These 5 elements are super important. Irrevocable, complex, discretionary. Whoever is the trustee or trustees can make the rules for all the beneficiaries. There's no contesting in court. There's no backstabbing. There's nothing else. I have 7 nieces and nephews. If I leave 50% to one nephew, the rest of my nieces and nephews cannot fight that. It's my law. 4th element, non-grantor. When you set up this trust, you're going to have someone who's not a beneficiary be the non-grantor or settler for the trust. They'll be the trustee for only 5 minutes, and then they'll sign themselves away. You will need their social security number. This is not a speed bump. Either I can do this for you, or someone from the law firm will do this free of charge. We've done this many, many times. And finally, the spendthrift. This has gone in front of the United States Supreme Court on 2 separate occasions, and both times the Supreme Court has favored it. You can't get more legal than this. So now I'm going to get back to where I'm supposed to be. Since we're going to be spending some time together, I want to tell you a little bit about myself. I am a real estate investor, but 3 major things happened to me in October of 2018, my watershed month. Number 1, I'm living in Phoenix, Arizona, and my oldest nephew is getting married in Charlotte, North Carolina, October 28th of 2018. If you know anything about Medicare, open enrollment is from October 7th through December 5th. I requested the Friday before the wedding and the Monday after the wedding off to go to Charlotte because I had friends and family coming around from all over the world. I had the time saved up, and I was denied. Second thing that happened, I bought my brand new sports car with a moonroof. I love that car. Driving in Phoenix, I coming home from work with the moonroof open. I was driving to work, 7 o'clock in the morning on Indian School Road, second car through on a green light when some idiot ran the red light and hit me in the passenger side. I was not injured, thank God. Bozo had no insurance, and silly Sally had the paperwork for gap insurance sitting on her kitchen table because she had 4 weeks to fill it out and hadn't done it yet. I was $8,000 upside down on my car loan and had to get a second car. All of a sudden, I went from being comfortable to eating ramen noodles twice a week. And third thing that happened, my mom and dad, who lived in Goodyear, Arizona, 20 miles west of Phoenix, drove to Charlotte for the wedding. Thursday before the wedding, I got a phone call from my dad saying my mom was in the emergency room. They're not sure what was happening and that please pray for her. It ended up she had septic blood. She was on a ventilator for 13 months, in a hospital for 15 months. She got better and came home, thank God. So fast forward, my dad stays with my mom in North Carolina for 9 months, and I'm going out to their house once a week to do the mail because he had only planned to be gone for 2 weeks. First week of Christmas, first week of December, there's a letter, 27 pages thick, from the Medicare. It was my mom's first statement for being in the emergency room and being on a ventilator for 1 month. When I opened it up and unfolded the 27 pages, it said it was $72,000. My dad, who was a retired military officer, they had TRICARE for life, and everything was taken care of. I'm standing in my parents' kitchen, and I have $184,000 in debt. 2 car loans, a mortgage, student loans because I went to graduate school, credit card debts, and an $8,000 deductible on my health insurance. Thank God no one called an ambulance when my accident happened, or I'd really be in dire straits. Right there in my parents' kitchen, I called my friend Glenn to say I need to change my life. He goes, Sally, next Saturday, we're having a Christmas potluck party. Bring a $5 gift and some food and meet my fellow real estate investors. I don't know about y'all, but going to a party where you know nobody, a little bit scary. Well, I did it. I went, met a bunch of real estate investors. In 2029, I wholesaled 7 properties and paid off $184,000 in debt. Woohoo! Yay, Sally, you're a rock star. I knew about capital gains, and I had set aside $50,000 for my capital gains. My CPA did my taxes. I sent him an email saying I have $50,000 for capital gains. He called me and said, you need to make an appointment. Made an appointment for 4:30, drive out to Scottsdale. And if you don't know about taxes, there are 7 different layers to your taxes, from 10% to 37%. The more money you make, the more money you pay. My personal tax rate went from 22% up to 24%, and I owed the federal government $79,000 in short-term capital gains. My CPA had the paperwork written out for me to give me 12 months to pay off my loan to pay off my capital gains. I signed the paperwork, got my parking validated, went down to the parking garage, and I cried for 20 minutes. Drove back to Phoenix. And as my great aunt Kitty from Ireland, my mom's Irish, my great aunt Kitty from Ireland always said, sleep on it. Favorite book out there, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. I went to sleep, and next morning I wake up and I researched the article I read on the Rockefellers Spendthrift Trust. I researched it for 5 months. In September of 2000, I started both my business trust and my beneficial trust, and I became the first female mastermind in my real estate group to teach real estate investors how to save capital gains, interest income, and rental income taxes. Now I want to teach as many U.S. business owners, entrepreneurs, and 1099 income earners and investors how they too can save taxes. I'm going live Monday evening, 8 p.m. East Coast time, www.thetrustisyou.com/Q&A. I have a free class. It's my name, www.sallygimmon.com. My last name is G-I-M like Mary, O-N like Nancy. Please set up a 30-minute tax breakthrough session with me. I will take you out to NerdWallet. I'll show you the formula for taxes, give you 3 articles from Forbes magazine, 2 pages of case law, and help you save taxes too. Thank you for watching this short video. I hope you learned something new. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.